Hello everyone, it's Aniket here. In this tutorial, we're gonna have an introduction to the element timeline. This element helps you to display a timeline in a Facebook style or simply showcase your features, process or highlights in a creative manner. We have taken special efforts with custom JavaScripts and CSS codes to make it as perfect as possible. So now let's just have a look at our demo page that we have created. You can see a timeline that we have created on the life of Steve Jobs. As you can see, in this timeline we have included various images, videos, text in a creative manner that you can display on your website or web pages according to your needs. Now let's just go through the timeline. Now one by one we're gonna go in the backend and look at the elements. So timeline uses a basic parent-child functionality. Let me explain you this way. This is a complete parent block and these are the child elements. A separate tutorial has been already made to explain the parent-child functionality. Please click on the link or the video shown to check out the tutorial. You can add a timeline by clicking on Add Element, VC Add-ons, clicking on Timeline, which will add a parent block along with a row. This is the parent block, and by clicking here you get to add different child elements. These three are the child elements that come along with timeline feature. Now we'll see each of them. Now this one is the timeline separator. We have a timeline item. This can be considered as the timeline item, a complete block in which you can enter different things like photos, videos, text, and timeline featured item, which is the same as the timeline item, just that it is in a featured manner, big in size, in which you can highlight some special ones. So these three are the child elements of a timeline. Let's try and insert one of them to look at the backend options that come along with each of the child elements. Now we have a separator text, which can be seen over here. The text that you enter here, you can select its text color. Here you have the border style used for the separator. You can apply different kind of borders to your separators. Now let's add a timeline item and check out its options. We have a title for the timeline item, which can be seen here. Then we have a description part. We have embedded a TinyMC editor in which you can enter either photos or text or videos or various embed codes from other websites, and the same content will be shown on your timeline items. As you can see on screen, we have embedded a video, several images, etc. Whatever you put here will be shown on your web page. If you would like to display an icon or a custom image on your item, so we have our font manager, icon font manager, and we have an option of choosing a custom image, which will have its default options, like you would like to see a background color, various animations in which the icon or image would appear, and you can add a link to the complete box like this. So when a visitor will click there, it will go to another page, and you can add a link to just the title, or you can display a read more button. Now let's add a timeline featured element. It will have the same options as the timeline item, just that the extra option of the arrow position, top and bottom, If you choose top, the arrow position will be shown in top, and for bottom, the arrow will be shown in bottom. So these are the elements that belong to a parent block like shown on screen. Now if you want to edit the parent, editing the properties of a parent will make those features or those properties selected applicable to all its child elements. Now let's see one by one. You can choose the height of the parent block in these two ways. If you choose it to be non-optimized, it will cause the timeline to appear in this way. Each item will be displayed separately and not adjacent to each other, which improves the readability. So you have that option if you want your timeline to be displayed in this manner, or you can choose it to be optimized with JavaScript, which will make your timeline look like this, with the items aligned adjacently. You can choose the connector line style, the line that connects your different items, color of that connector line. Let's see, this is the connector line which connects all your timeline items. You can choose the background color for the item block, that is the container of your item. You can choose its background color as well as the background text color, and also the color of the item separator. As we saw before, the item separator is the one which separates your different items, this. So you can choose the color of its background as well as text color. Timeline layout, two options, full width and custom width. Choosing full width will make your child items width according to the items included within. We'll just demonstrate how it looks. So I have chosen full width, and thus the child items are taking the complete width of the items included inside. It will take the full width of the column. And custom width, in which you can select a width of specific pixels. And hover animation, which will give as an animation when a mouse is hovered over a specific item. Now if you watch closely, I have added a slide up effect animation to the items. So as I hover my mouse on the items, they slide up. Now let's answer some quick frequently asked questions. You can add various things in your timeline item, like an image, embed codes, I have used iframes here, or various short codes. Anything that you will enter in the TinyMC editor will be displayed in the timeline item on your web page. The answer to this is no. Timeline does not fetch feed from your blogs at this moment, but depending upon the different requests in future, we may add this feature in the timeline element. I hope this tutorial helped you in understanding the basic features of our timeline element. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which consists of more of such tutorials to help you use our product Ultimate VC Add-ons. Thanks for watching.